So the purpose of this video is to show you how to set up and what to expect with your Oneness IQube. So we'll start with the components. Here you have the amplifier, the beautiful Oneness IQube, and the external coil here. Here's your mini speaker, the Jabra speaker, and then the power converter and cord, and then here's our player with the travel charger here on the left and the audio cables here on the right. So we're going to start with our power converter box. I'm just going to undo this cord, get a little cord room, just undo this little twisty tie here. And then you'll see that these ends, there's a 3-prong end here that's going to go into the power converter if you see that corresponding female part there. So I'll just push that into there. Make sure that's nice and snug and the cord's in there firmly. And then we're just going to plug this other side into the power strip. I've got a power strip over here. And you'll see on this converter now, there is a blue light. This indicator light says that your power converter has power. And then we're just going to take the other end, this barrel connector here, and that's going to go right into the right side of the amplifier. See that square hole here? That's where we're going to plug that barrel connector here. We're just going to push that in there, make sure that's snug. And it is. I heard it click. Here's the blue light that indicates you have power. The power switch is here to the left. If you click that on and off, you'll see a blue light will come on and off. And I'm going to set this knob at about 3 o'clock. That's the typical, about 2 or 3 o'clock is perfect for your setup. Now we're going to go over to a player, and I'm going to put this travel charger to start the player up. And I'm just going to plug that into the power strip. There we go. And I'm just going to make a little bit of cord room here. Just undo this twisty tie so I can put the player onto the stand. And we'll just get that going. Now, if you look at the player, it automatically should start to play. You can see it's running the Oneness program. Here on the side is the volume control, the little plus here, and a minus. If you look on the side. So you want to keep this high at about 90%. That's about the perfect spot. And then this is the player clip. We're just going to attach it into. If you notice on the back of this Sansa clip, there's this, if I just depress right here, that there's a clip, and that'll fit right into that spot on the player stand. So you just push it in there, make sure it's secure. On the right, we've got the red and the white audio cord comes out. That's going to go right into the back of your amplifier on this left side. You're just going to match up the red and the white and just push those in there snug. Just make sure that those are in there nice and tight. There we go. Those are good. And now, if I look now at your, you see you've got the banana plugs that are going to go into the banana jacks on the back of the amplifier. This is the Oneness one. It can go into either side. You just want to push those in there. There can be a little bit of variation in these, but that's okay. You see the red and the black? So there can be some variation, but so long as it's in there snug, you've got a good connection, then you'll be good to go. So just push those in and match them up. We're going to do the same thing for the external coil. So I'm just going to run over here and grab this one for the external coil as well. Get a little cord length, and I'll just push this right into the back and the other side. So I'm trying to do this with one hand here. Okay, so that's in there. Those look snug. Yeah, nice and snug. Okay, so we're just going to look at our equipment now, and you see these red lights. That means that the volume is high enough to fire those lights, and the program is running through your iQube and through the external coil, which is good. There's also red lights down here at the bottom. Just going to dim the light here just so you can see it. I recommend you do the same at wherever you are. Now, the program won't flash or be solid. It'll blink. Sometimes in some programs you won't hear much audio and you won't see many lights at all because the frequencies are so low. So long as you see these red lights periodically, then you know your iQube is good to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our audio cord. I just grabbed, you're probably going to have a white male-to-male extender here. This is an audio cord, but I'm just going to use this one for our setup video. And I'm going to grab the mini speaker, this Jabra. And you see here, this is where all our connectors go in. Here's the spot where you're going to put that 3.5 millimeter jack, just this male-to-male end. Then I'm going to plug this other end right into the splitter coming out of the player. When you get this, you may already have this connected in, so don't worry if you skip this step. We're just going to plug that into the other end of the splitter. So this is going to go for our speakers. And then I'm going to just plug in the speaker power here. This is a multi-purpose power thing, and then got the USB cable. So I'm just going to unwrap this twisty tie here and get a little bit of cord length to plug this in. Okay. And so the one end has a regular USB spot, and if you look in the back, that's just where they'll plug in. So we'll just plug that into the back of our power plug here. Okay, get some length, and so I'll just plug this into the power strip as well. The speaker actually has a battery on it, but I keep it charging most of the time. The other end is, you can see that green light, and then the red light on the travel charger for the player. Those are just power indicator lights, good to look for. Here's the other end, it's a micro SD USB, or micro USB rather. That's going to go in the very bottom, right underneath the 3.5 millimeter audio jack here. If you look carefully, it's this little spot right there. Okay, so we're just going to plug that in there. Turn it the right way and get that in there nice and snug. Good. Oops. Alright, one-handed again. Okay, I've got it in. Now if you look on the right side, you can see a little green battery light flashing. That means that the speaker's it's actually charging, so it's got good power connection. Down here at the bottom is where your power button is. So we're just going to turn this on now. There we go, you can hear it. And you always want to adjust your audio volume on this speaker. If you press this plus key, it's going to go up. There we go. And if you adjust your volume on anything else, you're going to change the output to the Oneness IQube. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep that signal strength solid from the player into the Oneness IQube. This will make sure your iQube always has a good steady feed, a good audio feed, no matter where your speaker volume is set. So that's it. Your Oneness IQube is all set up. I hope you found this video informative and answered some of your questions with how to set up and what to expect. If you have any other issues or problems, please contact us and we'll be happy to help.